The 2026 semiquincentennial coins are rolling out of the mint, not nearly fast enough to keep up with the high demand for this special mintage. Everyone is trying to get their hands on these new coins for their 2026 hoard, and the error coins are starting to make their way to the market for the coin flippers out there trying to get rich. Some of these are real errors worth knowing about. Some of the sellers have no idea what they're looking at, and one of them I'd actually buy myself. If you're trying to get your hand on 2026 error coins, make sure you watch this so you don't overbid on coins you can probably find on your own. Let's take a look at eBay and see what's going on. Here's a 2026 semiquincentennial dime with a die clash. Die clashes can be hard to find unless you're looking closely at a coin and comparing the marks to the opposite side of the coin. A die clash happens when two dies strike each other with no planchet in between them. This can cause some of the features of the die to be permanently pressed into the opposing die. Shout out to Blue Ridge Silverhound. I saw this variety for the first time on his channel the other day. You know that the price is in the ballpark for this coin because you actually have some competing bids at $21.50 and another $5 in shipping costs, and there have been some sales of this variety recently at $21.50, $19.99, and $15.51. You can see the marks from the die on the coin, and the seller did a pretty good job at overlaying the opposite side of the coin to show you exactly where the clash features are visible. I wouldn't mind having one of these myself. Maybe I should buy two of these and give one of them to a channel member sometime in May. Here's a 2026 semiquincentennial Philadelphia minted dime, and you're going to see an ongoing theme here with error coins and varieties minted at the Philadelphia Mint. I think they might need to hire a few more quality control inspectors. Anyway, this is a spiked head error, which is just a cracked die. You can see the crack at the top of the coin right down into the head of Liberty. This is actually considered a variety because all the coins minted from this die are affected by the cracked die. The price is a little high, and the shipping is almost $6. I'd pass on this one personally, but it might be worth $12 to somebody. This 2026 semiquincentennial nickel is being advertised as an error coin reverse E-cud, and it's listed for sale for $18 with another $5 in shipping fees. A cud is a die chip that affects the rim of a coin. This die chip isn't on the rim, so it's not a cud, just a die chip. Die chips can be common, especially from the Philadelphia Mint over the years. Die chips can also be fun to find, especially if you're coin roll hunting with kids. I wouldn't buy one for $23 though. This one bothers me a little bit. If you're going to buy coins, please know what you're buying. Just because someone is selling a coin or is doing a YouTube video doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. You need to do your own research and identify trusted sources of information. I strive to provide correct information, and when I screw up, I correct it. Except at work, I hide the mistake and hope the boss doesn't find it. And if he does, I lie and I blame it on the new guy. This 2026 semiquincentennial half dollar is listed as a double die on both sides of coin. A double die occurs during the creation of the die. The die shifts in between pressings with the master hub, and this can cause some of the coin features to be doubled. This is not a double die. This is machine doubling. A real double die would have raised letters and split serifs. There's a site called doubledie.com. Check it out. It's a great resource for understanding and identifying real double dies. The seller accepted a bid less than $35 asking price for this one. Here's a 2026 Philadelphia minted semiquincentennial quarter. It's listed for $39. Please don't buy one of these. If you're sorting through rolls or boxes of Philadelphia minted coins, you're bound to find these eventually if you look long enough. First, the doubling on this coin is machine doubling. It's not a real double die. The die chips are cool and they might be fun to find and collect, but they're not terribly rare and they definitely aren't worth $39. If you want to buy some dime chip quarters, I'll cut you a deal and sell you some at $20. Here's another one, $65. That's just insane. The seller accepted an offer under the asking price. I wonder how much this one really sold for. Here we go, an actual error coin. I found this error myself while coin roll hunting quarters several times a few years ago. This is a 2026 semiquincentennial quarter, and the error on the coin is a struck-through error. You can see the error in between the two pilgrims. It's a pretty good size struck-through error. It does look like a typical struck-through grease error. How does this happen? Coin presses are machines, and machines need lubrication. Large amounts of grease are used to lubricate the presses. Sometimes this grease finds its way in between a planchet and a die. The grease buildup prevents the details of the die from being pressed into the planchet. If you go through enough boxes of coins, you're going to come across these once in a while. I have a few of them in my collection. None of mine are as large and cool looking as this one though, but I think the $200 asking price is way too steep for this one. Personally, I wouldn't spend more than a few dollars for something like this. 2026 Liberty Dime Cud Errors 4-coin error set. As we discussed earlier, these aren't cuds because the die chip doesn't touch the edge of the coin. What's cool about this collection is that the die crack is showing the progression of the crack as the die continues to deteriorate. I wouldn't pay the $76 asking price for these dimes, but it would be really cool to have because you can see the progression of this variety. If you learned something, hit that subscribe button and check out the recommended video on your screen. You might learn 2 things today. If I missed an error you know about, leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching.